Hey everybody, it's Everett with Ohio for Freedom. Would you believe there is even more to the story? Logan Middle School, Aleica kids being tased by a 300-pound officer. There is. We're going to talk about it.
I hear the sweet sound of freedom, and I won't be long.
First of all, let me say thank you to Eric Cockrell. Eric, if I wasn't supposed to mention your name, I just want to give credit where credit is due, because you, my friend, pointed something out that I haven't seen in any of the stories that reported on this. And that is that Aleica Kitts at Logan Middle School was not violating any order whatsoever. I missed that, okay? I looked at this from the angle that it's an unconstitutional rule, it's not a law, and it was unconstitutionally enforced, and I'm correct on that. But what Eric pointed out, and a comment that he made that woke me up at 4 o'clock in the middle of the night, by the way, I'm going to read you his comment and show you the links from the OHSAA, Ohio High School Athletic Association, from their own rulings about gatherings and spectators and masks. Aleica was not violating the order. Watch.
I don't know.
Thank you, Eric, for your comment and for the links. I'm going to read Eric's first paragraph in his comments. Misapplied my blank. OHSAA, that's the Ohio High School Sports Athletic Association, has things spelled out clearly, including exemptions from the mask. They either barely bothered to learn anything about the mandates orders, or they just flat out ignored the listed acceptable exemptions, listed including if outdoors and can remain 6 feet or more apart from individuals outside their family household. Pretty simple read, I would think. I agree with you, Eric. So we're going to click this first link. It takes you to the OHSAA website. To save a little bit of time, I'm going to go back here to the link Eric provided. We're still within the OHSAA document trail, and this is the 2020-21 football requirements. We're going to click the blue link here, and this leads us to this Responsible Restart Ohio for youth, collegiate, amateur, club, professional sports, players, coaches, athletic trainers, officials. We're going to go to the second page at the bottom, and outdoor spectators are limited to the lesser of 15% of fixed seating capacity of the venue, or 1,500 total. Folks, there was about 25 people in the stands. You saw the video. We're going to go back up to the first page, and then here is the silver bullet, the smoking gun, facial coverings. We're going to click that link. All right, and this is Landsheim's director's order, facial coverings, and let's read this together. I can't highlight it. The requirement to wear a facial covering does not apply when, item B, a medical condition, including those with respiratory conditions that restrict breathing, mental health conditions, or disability, contraindicates the wearing of a facial covering. Ladies and gentlemen, Aleica Kitts was not violating any order, any law. She was not violating anything, and they tased her. So all of those documents are right in the document trail from OHSAA. Now, I can't believe the people that I have seen comment, well, this was private property. What part of public school is hard to understand? It's a public school. And then someone will say, well, the individual schools, they can take the OHSAA's rulings and the ODH's, orders, but they can make their own rulings. Well, to that I would say, A, show me the documentation, and B, no, they can't. Schools, parks, public facilities, they can't just arbitrarily decide who they're going to discriminate against. I mean, think about that. If we let that stand, folks, we wouldn't let a school say, oh, you can't come into this event because you're the wrong color. You can't come into this event because you have a tablecloth on your head and you look like Ilhan Omar. That's discrimination. You know who Aleica Kitts is now? She is the Rosa Parks of the freedom movement that has been gently and steadily gaining strength. Who's Rosa Parks? Let me take you down a little review trail. A little bit of history review, Rosa Parks from Wikipedia. On December 1, 1955, Montgomery, Alabama, Parks rejected bus driver James F. Blake's order to relinquish her seat in the colored section to a white passenger. After the whites-only section was filled, Parks was not the first person to resist the bus segregation, but the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, believed she was the best candidate for seeing through a court challenge after her arrest for civil disobedience and violating Alabama segregation laws.
So Rosa Parks was complying with these ridiculous laws, white section, colored section, but then there was a bus driver that decided that he would take it into his own hands to ask Rosa to leave her seat in the colored section. And doesn't that sound like the school system adding a little something to the dictatorial edicts from the governor's office? It sure looks like it to me. However, thankfully, Aleica Kitts is in very capable legal hands. Maurice Thompson is going to rock and roll with this. Attorney Thompson. I'm going to predict that the charges are going to be dropped, and I'm going to predict that Maurice or someone is going to turn around and sue the socks off of this school system. Unfortunately, the Athletic Association, the police department, the state of Ohio, however that plays out, somebody is going to pay, and they need to. Folks, if the DeWine administration will create the environment where, by all accounts, this resource officer, he's a nice guy. I'm willing to believe that. I think his name is Chris Smith. I could be wrong on that. I think he's probably a really nice guy. But look what happened. A really nice guy did a very evil thing. I'll say it again. A nice guy did an evil thing, and that lays at the feet of the DeWine administration. Folks, we can't put up with this. If this kind of environment can be created about a ridiculous, unscientific mask ordinance, what happens when a vaccine becomes available? Is this the way people are going to be treated if they don't want to take the vaccine? Is this the way people are going to be treated if they don't have the vaccine? Is somebody going to say, you can't come to this sporting event unless you have proof of vaccination? Folks, it's not just about protecting the freedoms that are being infringed on now. It's about precedent in the future. Mike DeWine is even inspecting our poop, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mean to be vulgar, but he's inspecting our poop and our pee, trying desperately to come up with testing that will facilitate his continual dictatorship over this entire fiasco. So to summarize, ladies and gentlemen, Aleica was manhandled, tased, and arrested for violating an order that she was not in violation of. And Mike DeWine, you can dance around this all you want. You can say that after talking to the school superintendent, there's more to the story. They had asked her to leave. They asked her to leave when they had no right to do so. And shame on you, sir, for not even seeming to be familiar with your own orders, that you couldn't even tell the press when you had your first opportunity that she was not in violation. This was a mistake. You could have apologized. You're going to end up apologizing. You're going to end up apologizing. Folks, that's all I got. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the state of Ohio. We are fighting back, folks. God bless the United States of America.
Oh my God, Mother. This is bullshit. You